Alrighty guys, so I'll introduce myself to start. My name's Katrina Stark. I came across this opportunity 2 years ago and it's been an absolutely life-changing journey for me. So I really enjoy getting to launch new businesses because I know it's really intimidating. I've been there, I remember what it was like. But I'm also on the other end now and I get to see all the freedom and stuff that people talk about. And you know, sometimes you can think it's a little bit of BS when you start off, but I am living proof that it's not, and it's really an amazing journey. So I love getting this opportunity to be able to talk to everybody starting their business and really help them run through it nice and strong. I did just want to start off by saying thank you so much to everybody who's jumping on tonight to support Charlotte, and if you've been invited by somebody else to jump on, we really do appreciate it. Because it's a word of mouth business, it's sometimes quite hard to get off the ground. So even if it's not necessarily for you, it's really beautiful that you came here with an open mind to be able to help and support this person. And you know, it's always a great idea if you might see somebody else that you could refer to them or push back your way, something like that to kind of help their journey start off. So basically what we're going to do tonight is just hear a few stories. Now this is our New Zealand event. Most of our uplines are either in New Zealand or Australia, so you're probably going to hear a little bit of both accents. Please make sure that you welcome any questions or anything like that because we do want to be as transparent as possible. And I do just ask as well that if you have any questions, definitely get them answered. Don't jump off tonight feeling like you can't ask them because we really want to help you guys. So basically, we're going to talk a little bit about an amazing product called Juice Plus. Some of you may be on it, some of you may have not have heard it, but I'm sure if you have a friend on here who's launching, you've probably started to hear a little bit about their journey. So we're going to break down that whole product, let you guys understand exactly what it is, because there are so many misconceptions out there as well. And then we're going to pop on over and hear a little bit about the business model and kind of do the same with that, break some myths down and try and help you guys understand what it is that your friend is doing and how you can best support them. So I'm going to shoot on over to Ashley now and she's going to talk about our product. And then we're going to hear a little bit more in depth about the customer testimonials. So all yours, Ash.
Hello. So basically I came across this product because I'm traveling and it's been amazing for me because my health really fell downhill. My skin broke up in cystic acne. I was really low in energy. I was having all sorts of emotional problems and quite low in depression and anxiety and things like that. So there was a lot of things going on in my health that I found something like this really helpful. And I also found that not only was I being able to help me, but I was able to impact so many other people with this as well. And I noticed a very similar pattern in so many other people around me. So many people suffering physically, mentally, emotionally, financially as well. There's so many people out there stressing out and hating their jobs. And I found this the perfect opportunity to be able to help globally so many more people. So I really love that this can alleviate some of that pain in all areas of our lives. And so basically, if you do know someone suffering, or if you are someone that's someone suffering, I really do urge you just to have a listen and definitely get your questions answered, because it definitely was something that I was skeptical about. I saw the product and I thought that I was doing pretty well with my health, and I was pretty I had my guards up when I saw it, mainly because it came in a canister. So if you haven't seen them before, or if you haven't heard it, it's called Juice Plus. And basically they look a bit like this. So that's our berries, our veggies, and our fruit. So they come in a combination, they come in a variety of different packages, but really simple: fruits, veg, and berries all in a capsule, all pesticide, herbicide free, naturally organic form. And basically what they do is they vine ripen, so there's no gas ripening, there's no chemicals, there's no herbicides. They're grown in nutrient dense rich soil, which is very often what we're not getting. So what they do is vine ripen it, they pick it whole, they juice it whole and pulp it whole, so that they're juicing everything from the skin, the seeds, the stem, everything that has nutritional value, they are juicing. So if you can understand the power of juicing and the power of green juicing, this is exactly what you're getting. Roughly around 30 varieties of fruits and veg into your body every day. That's before you even start the day. So that's phenomenal. So I really love that it's really easy. And what they do is dehydrate it really super low so that you're keeping all those phytochemicals and those phytonutrients all intact. So they're all the things that keep our cells working optimally so that your body can do the natural process of healing. Now, everybody is different and everybody sees different things show up depending on their body and depending on what's going on for them. So for me, it was I had major rises in my energy. My skin cleared up. I was able to think clearer. I was waking up clearer. I was sleeping better. So there's some of the things that you can look forward to, but everyone has different things, as you'll hear further on through this. What I love about this is that you can turn the label on the back and you can actually read what's inside rather than reading on the back of a multivitamin that some of you may have already in the cupboards. That's pretty synthetic. So all of those multivitamins, all of those things you buy in store, it's all synthetic. So our body doesn't absorb it. It's not bioavailable to our cells and our cells don't recognize it. So with this, it's coming from the natural plant, from the natural source. Our body recognizes it. So it knows what to do with the food. And it's just food. It's super easy. We all know we need fruits and veg, so it's super easy. And we all don't have time to do all this, so it's really easy. And I love that you can turn it over the back and you can actually see it reads like a food label, not a science label. So you can actually read grape, raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, all those different things that you may not be getting on a daily basis. What I love is if you do have kids, or if you've got kids in your family, when you order, you also get free kids chewable forms. So it's exactly the same process as the capsules, although they just mix it with a little bit of tapioca starch to make it chewable. So it's completely vegan and vegetarian for the kids. That is what I love, because it's super hard to get kids to eat all their fruits and veg. And that's, you're getting about 17 varieties between the fruits and veg option there in their bodies. So you know that they like to stick to the exact same fruits and veg that they enjoy. This way you can make sure you're getting the full rainbow. So you're making sure that they're actually getting all of the natural organic forms of all of those fruit and veg. We also do have our whole food powders. So they're our macronutrients and they work inside our cells on a cellular and DNA level. Then we have our whole food plant protein superfood powders. So they come in vanilla or chocolate. And what I love about this is it's so easy. It's a brekkie on the go. It's a nice and easy, delicious snack in the afternoon. And it's full of superfoods, your proteins and your fats and everything like that, all your carbs that we do need to run on fuel throughout the day. So you're looking at things like spirulina, yucca, mushroom powder, pumpkin powder, pomegranate, all those things that you may not be getting on a
Oh, we may have lost you, Ash. Sorry, guys, I think Ash may have dropped out. The beauty of traveling around. So exactly what she's saying, it's an amazing product. It's so natural. It's so good for our body. And it's just making sure that we're turning on all those cells that have probably been deprived from a lack of nutrients inside our body. It is really amazing to see what happens when you actually start to nourish your body from the inside out. I know for myself, I'm much like Ash's story. Mine is quite mental. I was suffering a lot from depression and anxiety. So it was really amazing to see the shift in my energy and the shift in my clarity when I did start taking these products in combination. It's probably what makes me so passionate about the business now, because I really do wish that more people understood that a product like this exists and that it's natural. But I'm going to shoot on over to Annie, because Annie's got a really cool product story. It's probably one of my favorites. And I'm just going to get her to share what it's done for her since she started taking it.
Hey guys, how you doing? I started the product in June last year, and I noticed within the first couple of days, because I had had quite a bad time for about 10 months or so with exhaustion and adrenal fatigue and I was just an absolute emotional wreck. I'd have little breakdowns in my paddock while I was picking up horse poo, and I just had no energy at all. I found myself falling asleep by lunchtime, and yeah, it was quite a horrible time. So I'd been watching one of my friends online and her story, and the one thing that I really enjoyed most was seeing her energy levels get better. So I decided to contact her after a whole year. And I got on the product, and within 2 days I noticed my energy had picked up and I didn't feel like I need that afternoon sleep. Within the second week, because I had swollen glands for 6 weeks, and the doctors said that my blood tests came back fine and they couldn't find anything wrong with me. So within the second week my glands had gone down, and by day 9 I didn't have an urge to smoke a cigarette again, and I haven't. And that's probably the most really amazing part of my story with the product, is that it putting that whole food goodness into my body took away that desire to want to smoke, because I felt so good. I kind of sort of thought I was defeating the purpose of getting well by smoking. And so after 30 years of smoking, I haven't had a need to have a smoke again. And just loads of things have happened. I can't go through it, I'll be here all flipping day, but just lots of little things I've picked up and felt a whole lot better for taking these products. My skin, I started the Omegas just under 4 months ago. Actually, it's been 4 months now. And my skin, I noticed, like I said last week, my skin, my hands look younger, you know, and my skin feels smoother, and yeah, just that's it. Heaps more stuff to say, but yeah, like I said, I'll be here for ages. So back to you, Kat.
Thank you, darling. Thank you for sharing. I love that. Thank you for being so vulnerable, Annie, because I know that was one thing. And, you know, I've got to witness the change in you since from when you started as a customer, and now, of course, you're on the team. And it's just been crazy to watch you transform, even to watch your photos and watch your whole energy shift, and you just shine. It's amazing. So I'm really proud of you, darling. You keep going, keep shining on your little journey. And, you know, that's the beauty of it. It's honestly, you never know what it's going to do for you. Some people it's going to help aid digestion, because that might be where your body's lacking. Some people it might be mental clarity. Some people it might, you know, kind of aid arthritis or inflammation. Like Annie, it really fixed her nutrient deficiency and stopped her smoking. So you just kind of, you never know. But the beauty of it is that it's not a magic pill. It actually just turns your body on. So it's your body doing the right things that it should have done. And to me, that's what made sense. I didn't want some kind of fad diet or some herbal tea or something crazy like that. Fruits and veggies made sense to me. I knew I needed them and I wasn't getting enough. So when my body started to change, it made sense. But obviously with stories like that, it makes it quite powerful for us to get involved, especially if they're personal stories. If something has happened to you through this product, it does make us really want to go out there and make sure that more people are aware of their options. So then we get to talk a little bit about the business behind what we do here. And I know tonight it's Charlotte's launch and she's just having a bit of trouble with the kids, as I think I do almost every night. You're probably going to see them bursting a couple of times. But we'll get her to share her story a little bit soon when she's on. But we're going to break down a few myths first, because when I started this business, I was hell of a skeptic. I really was. Like, you know, my best friend who, she'd been on the products for a long time. I trusted her, but for some reason I was so ignorant when it came to this business model. And she tried and tried for 18 months to get me into this program and into the team, because she knew I needed help financially and you know, health aspect wise. I was so ignorant about it, only because I assumed that it was something that it wasn't. And for 18 months, I kind of sat on the fence, and I kick myself for it now, because like I said, it's been the best 2 years of my life and the transformation's been crazy. So I'm going to shoot on over to Tanya, and I want her to break down these two myths for me, because when I did see this explained, it really did get me excited to want to get involved. So hopefully it does the same for you.
Hey. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So thanks, Kat. So yeah, my journey, I'd been on the products for 4 days and I jumped into the business because I just fell in love with the product, and then I fell in love with the business, and I thought this was just a fantastic little journey and business to be in. because for me, I wanted to have the ability to be able to travel when I wanted, and I wanted the ability to be able to have the income that came with that traveling. So I felt that I couldn't do that where I currently was, and I have stepped out of my 30-hour-a-week job just before Christmas. So thanks to this fabulous business. But I tell you something that I found when I first jumped into it was that I was quite skeptical. I had the experience of a couple of past network marketing businesses that just didn't fit with me at all, and so I had this blueprint of what they looked like, and so I came in thinking that this is some kind of pyramid scheme, you know. And funny about that, because obviously it's not a pyramid scheme, because one, they're illegal, and there's just no way we could have it, and two, I mean, when we have a look at traditional business, for example, that's a really good example, is traditional business is actually shaped like this, right? Pyramid, right there. And you know, it's got all these levels that people sit at, then there's the CEO sitting at the top. And now, like everybody, you know, most of my working life, I sat down here at the bottom. I was just one of these workers on the floor, and the amount, you know, and I just felt there was a lot of competition, and I wasn't actually able to move up in the company as much as I really wanted to. Competition within the company, and of course outside of it, everyone vying for the same jobs, which is really hard. And the other thing is too, you know, you're limited. You're limited in how much you can earn. You're limited in the time that you can have off. You know, you're being told what you have to do every day. So there's only so much room to grow. There's only so much room, time, really. You don't have any time freedom whatsoever. And, you know, some people do manage to move up, and really, when they do move up, you know, just close those noisy teenagers off. You know, you might actually get more money, which is great. But with that comes often more responsibility, often more time, which means that you've got less time freedom. And especially, you know, when you think of this guy up here, you know, and this can be, you know, any company whatsoever, you think he's doing all right. He's probably got the income. He's bound to have the income, and, you know, more leadership status and all that. But there's all these overheads that he has to pay. You know, there's the you know, the marketing, the wages, the power, the phone, you know, all of that has to be paid. So actually, when you think about it, there's a huge amount of money and a huge amount of outgoings. So it doesn't make it really very inviting, does it? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip it on its head, and show you this is what Juice Plus looks like. No pyramid there. We have the levels the same as traditional business, and this is the top level, which is NMD. And like traditional business, we all start at the same place, we all start at the bottom, but the difference is it doesn't matter what you do, so you can do anything. You know, you can have, you know, you can look after kids, or clean houses, or you could be a doctor, or, you know, like a CEO of a corporate company. It doesn't matter what you do. You come in with exactly the same skill set, because what happens is you learn along the way, which is fantastic. And the other thing is about this is you are not limited in where you can go. Anybody can move up to any level that you want to, and you can take as long as you want to do that. You know, some people might want to stay and sit here and just earn, you know, $200 to $500 a month, just a bit of extra pocket money. And then, you know, other people might want to move up here, and then other people might want to move all the way up here. I mean, it's unlimited, the amount of money that you can earn. There is freedom in time. There is so much time freedom in this. I mean, today I spent 2 hours on my business, because for the rest of the day I spent pretty much with my teenagers. I'm over it now, but anyway, so you know, it's really is up to you how much time you spend in this, and because how much you want to get out of it. But it's pretty simple, and very easy to fit into your life. Oh, my bottle's gone. Sorry, guys. It's working. So the other really cool part about this business, and something that I was really skeptical about, was that I was always concerned about, oh, but I don't know enough people. That's something that really got me, and it's actually something that stopped me in my tracks, because I thought, well, shit, if I don't know enough people, how am I going to do this? How am I going to sell this? And honestly, you don't need to know many people at all. Not at all. I mean, look, for example, this is me, okay? And now what I did was I reached out and I spoke to Lochana, and she was really interested in the business. She started off as a customer and really loved the product, got lots of great results from it, and decided she was going to jump into the business. And then I reached out and I spoke to Rachel, and Rachel was really keen on the business, and she jumped in. And then I reached out and I spoke to Maxine, and Maxine was another one who started as a customer and decided she actually quite liked the product, and she really liked the business model as well, so she started up too. And then I reached out and I spoke to Bobby Joe, and Bobby Joe was another one that just loved the business. And then, you know, then Lochana reached out and she spoke to Bon, and then these girls reached out and spoke to their ladies. And so all we're doing here is we're reaching out. If you reach out and speak to 3 people, and then those 3 people reach out and speak to their 3 people, there, and before you know it, you've got, this is me here, look at all these people, and I only know these 4 people here. That's how simple it is. And that is just from sharing. That is reaching out and sharing it with people, sharing it with your friends or people that you know. It's just so easy to do, and it works so well.
That's beautiful, Tans. Thank you, darling. That was explained perfectly. Awesome. I love that. And I'm testament to that, because like I said, 2 years into the business, that popcorn went crazy. I introduced it to 2 people who introduced it to 2 people who introduced it to 2 people, and now we sit at a team of about 400 people. So that's the power of compounding. It's the power of a really good product that speaks for ourselves. You definitely don't need to know hundreds of people to make it work, especially not with social media and the platform that it is these days. I have, you know, so let's say out of the 400 people, I only knew a handful, maybe 4 or 5 of the ladies before I actually got into this business, and the rest I've made and connected with over social media. So it's an amazing tool. Cool. So basically now we're going to shoot on over to the lady of the hour, and we're going to hear from Charlotte and her story of why she got involved, and what she's excited for the future. So it's all yours, honey. I'm excited to hear this. It'll be the first time me getting to hear your story.
Right. Oh, wow, I look like a mess. Great. A hot mess. Great. So I've been looking for something that was about health and wellness and something I could do working from home. I have been wanting to get back into being fit and healthy since having my 2 kids. And it's been I'm looking for something to earn some money while staying at home with them, because the cost of childcare for the 2 kids is bit too much, especially they're twins, so I don't get any discounts or any government subsidies for my older child or anything like that. So I've been looking for something that kind of allowed me to basically kill 2 birds with 1 stone, in the sense of live healthy and well, put good food into my body. So I was sold on the products really first, and then I kind of thought, well, I'll do the business, and if I can cover my product to begin with and make some extra money, then sweet. I've actually, since being on it, my skin's clearer, my eyes are clearer. I've got way more energy. I've had an average of about 4 or 5 hours sleep per night the last 3 or 4 nights, just for all manner of different reasons. And I'm still rocking it this evening and feeling really good. And I've been sick this week, and I haven't actually struggled with being sick. So I like the idea of topping up my natural diet, so I don't really think that you should replace food with supplements. And for me, I've never been into meal replacement or anything like that. So for this to be a top up and a support system in line with a really good whole foods, healthy, organic, clean eating kind of way of life, for me was logical. And so I've just kind of clicked with it. For my friends who are online tonight, I very much wanted to share this with you, but you know, and if you're interested in the business, great. If you're not, no worries. I'm just really excited to kickstart what I think will be the next phase of my my financial life, my financial freedom, and also my health and well-being. Because for those of you who knew me before I had the kids, I was running half marathons. I was healthy. I was well. I was sleeping well. I was, yeah. So I'm really excited to find that person again, because she's hidden here somewhere. She's here, I promise. So yeah. So that's it in a nutshell.
You're awesome. That is a fantastic story. Thank you so much. Hey, can I just ask one question? It's quite personal, but
yeah,
I'm interested to know. So when this all starts getting up and, you know, the business is really booming, what are you excited to be doing with your time?
Oh, my free time?
Yeah, when you get all that back.
I just want to get back into training. I really want to get back to having that free time. I'd like to see the kids being provided for, eating really widely and eating and being nourished. And I want to, you know, they'll probably have some childcare hours by then. So I want to have the energy to be throwing that into exercise and living well rather than having to go and earn a dollar. So.
Beautiful. Oh, well, I'm so excited, honey. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
No worries.
And congratulations for taking the step to launch, because I was terrified to do my launch, but I'm really proud of you because I know that it does take a little bit of courage in getting out of your comfort zone. So basically, I totally resonate with all of that, and I'm excited to see it unfold because your journey is only just starting. I've got to see so many amazing people start that journey and absolutely rock it. So I have no doubt that you will do it as well, hon. But I'm going to get out my little handy note whiteboard now, because I want to explain to you guys exactly how we get paid. So a lot of the time in this industry, I think there is a massive misconception of how money gets made and where it comes from. So I'm going to break all that down for you and hopefully get you guys a little bit excited about exactly what is in this opportunity. Because when I actually saw an event like this, like I said, I was totally skeptical for a long time. When I seen an event like this and I got to understand exactly how limitless it was, like you can earn money whenever you want, you know, around whatever you want. So just like Charlotte, you do it when the kids go to bed, or you work around what suits you. When I started, I had 2 full-time jobs, which I hated, but I was trying to provide for 2 children by myself. So it was necessary. My quality of life was so poor because of it, though, because I was always at work and never doing anything that I valued, especially spending time with my kids. So when this opportunity was presented to me, it definitely got me thinking. When I watched an event like this, I was like, yep, I'm sold. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I need to do, but I'm in. Like, if I can make this work, I would love to. So basically, we're going to talk about how we get paid. Now, when we come into this business, we use a method called UTR. That's really as simple as it is. So what we do is we use the product. We're basically products of the product. You don't want to sell something that you don't believe in or that you don't have a story about. So that's why I really love this, because we're all on the product. We all know what it does and we're really passionate about it. Then we talk about it and we share our results. That's as simple as it is. That's what we do. Now, what has happened for 30 years that Juice Plus has been around, so 3 decades with exactly the same product, they have never used any form of marketing or advertising other than direct selling. So they just lean on this. Now, what that does is it's created a massive bank over here of billions and billions of dollars because the product works. There's always going to be sales. But what they've done is they've saved money from billboards, celebrity endorsing, TV ads, you know, shelf stocking fees, all of this kind of stuff. And they've just made it a direct selling company. Really smart, because then what they do with all this money and this profit that they have, instead of spending it and wasting it on crap, really, they give it straight to the customers, us, for referring other people to have healthy lives. You know, so it makes sense to me. And when I saw that explained, it really got me thinking that this is the way things are going. You guys know for yourself that at the moment, if you use social media, there's so much referral happening. People will see a movie and they'll put a status up saying everybody needs to go and watch this. You know, they'll go to a cafe and they take a photo and then hashtag where the restaurant is. that kind of stuff is gravitating towards it because they understand that direct selling works. It's really cool, and it gets me excited because I do know that that's where we're heading to, and where we're kind of based our business. So we're kind of one step ahead of everybody else. So that is what we do to get paid. How we get paid. We get paid 3 ways. So we get paid a retail profit, which is pretty simple. We connect a potential customer to to Juice Plus, and then they order, they ship, they do everything through Juice Plus, but we get money in our bank account for making the connection. So quite simple. I love that too, because we don't have to stock any product. The only stock that I touch, even with a team, you know, we have over 2,000 customers in our team. Even with a team that size, the only product I ever touch is my own. And I think that's awesome. It takes away so much pressure and so much stress. So we get paid retail profit. We also get paid a commission on how our team is performing. Again, from all of that money set aside there, what they do is they give it back to the leaders who are investing in their time to help other customers grow and other business, adventurers grow as well. Then we get paid bonuses. Now I'm going to explain this one tonight because it's probably my favorite. It's the easiest to wrap your head around. But what I want to stress to you guys is that this is only 1/3 of the way that we get paid. So when you see these figures, they look great. But again, it's only 1/3 of the way we get paid. So your earning potential is absolutely limited. So we moved to DBF within our first maybe 10 days, week and a bit. That's a $100 bonus straight away. So what it does is it just gives the new business venture a little bit of substance. It says, thank you so much for trusting in us. We're excited to see where your business goes. Then we move on to SDBF. And once you hit that promotion, it's a $400 bonus. Now, because this is a teaching business, you're always going to have someone in your corner that's going to help you run the business. Now, when you hit a promotion, the person who's helping you also gets the promotion as well. So that's really cool because if you're inside this business, you can help as many people reach promotions and make as many teaching bonuses each month as you like. Then we move on to SC, which is a $600 bonus and $600 every time you teach somebody to hit there. Then we move on to SSC, which is a $1,200 bonus and $1,200 every time you teach someone. Then we've got QNMD, which is a $1,500 bonus and $1,500 every time you teach someone. And then we've got our pinnacle position, which is NMD, which is a $3,000 bonus. And at that stage, your upline or the person who sponsored you in no longer needs any kind of reimbursement because they're probably at NMD level themselves. And when you get there, it's around an 80 to 100 grand residual income a year. And residual is this box in here. Okay, so again, that massive substance is still only 1/3 of the way that they're getting paid. So what I really like about this is that even though you guys don't need to know these, most of our franchisees don't even know what they stand for, but the power is there because you can reach these as quick as you want. So for me coming into the business, I had a massive desire to change my life. Things were just shit, sorry to be blunt, but they really were. I was so tired of being broke. I was so tired of stressing about when the next bill was coming in, how I was going to pay it. I was sick of telling my friends no that I couldn't go and catch up for coffee because I literally didn't have the funds. I was tired of all that stress that comes with it. And I knew that there was no light. Like I was already working as many hours as I could. So when I saw this, I thought, you know what, it's worth a shot, even to get an extra $500 a month. Because of that, and because I thought and I seen this and I did have a girlfriend who was doing it, and I knew that if she could do it, I could do it. So I just followed exactly what she did. And within my first, I think it was about 15 months, I got to NMD. So 15 months, I completely changed my life. I went from being a single mum with 2 kids who was so strapped, financially broke, to almost having a 6-figure income by working online. At the 6-month mark, I got to give up my 2 jobs. And that was massive for me because that meant then I could be a mum. I could take my kids to school. I could pick them up. I could be that present parent that I always wanted to. And apart from quality time, one of the other massive things on my value list is travel. So because this is a global business, I could pick it up and take it with me wherever I wanted. So it just ticks so many of my boxes, and so many people around me need something like this as well. So I'm really passionate now about helping other people understand that there's other ways to work. The wage isn't working for us anymore. People are sick of feeling trapped, and something like this does fill that box. So I'm going to shoot on over to Stace now because I'd love to hear her story as well about how she got involved and what she's noticed since she started the business.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey. So I discovered the business last year in April, and I shot it down and said, "No, can't do it." And then one of my antenatal mums jumped in and started doing it herself, and I got serious FOMO, fear of missing out, and I jumped in on board in October. So from October, last year, I've been doing the business and on all the products, and absolutely enjoy them. I'm a mother of twins as well, and we were struggling financially on one income. Pretty much my partner's income just went straight on bills. So I couldn't afford childcare for the twins, and my wage would cover childcare, but I'd end up with $50 in my hand at the end of the week, and it just wasn't worth it, considering I'd be running around in a hospitality environment, and then coming home and cleaning up after the kids, and absolutely probably exhausted by the end of the day. So this totally made sense that I could do this around my kids. Previously, before I had the kids, I was really because I was in hospo and with food, I was really into whole foods, organic foods, no sugar, all of that sort of stuff. And I'd lost that since I left that industry. So I really resonated with the product and loved it, and loved the fact that it was whole foods and it was me getting myself back and who I was beforehand, because with twins, you lose yourself completely. So since being in the business, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Every month gets better and better, and I get more and more income. So yeah, I love it, and it totally ticks all my boxes for me and my partner. With the product itself, I've had amazing results with it. Within 4 days, I had amazing energy. Within 2 weeks, I was sleeping better, and I didn't have to nap with the kids during the day. And then within a month, I looked myself in the mirror and I saw my skin tone was evening out, and I just said to myself, I no longer have to wear makeup, and I was really proud of that moment. So I'm now I've just started my second lot. So really happy with that. But I had hip dysplasia with the twins, and had a lot of help with that in regards to exercising my hip area and everything like that. And I said to my partner about 2 weeks, I said, oh my God, I haven't complained about my hip in ages. And I think, seriously, this product has helped me with that. It means I can walk, I can carry my kids, I don't have to struggle day and day of getting in and out of the car or anything like that. And that's amazing for me, and that's really helped me. So that's pretty much the gist of my story.
That's awesome. I love hearing all these stories. It's making my night hearing all these beautiful ladies.
Oh, new ones.
Yeah, it's fun. As much as I love my ladies that are on here, but we kind of get a little bit tired of our own stories. So thank you so much for sharing. I love that. I love it. You know, I think it's hard to understand from the outside if you're not in yet, but once you do get in and you start to hear more of the stories, you get to see that it doesn't discriminate. You know, there's young ladies, there's old ladies, there's young blokes, there's old blokes. Like, there is just so many people absolutely rocking this business. There's dads that are getting to bring themselves home from FIFO work. There's mums that are bringing their husbands home and, you know, taking over the family income so that they can both stay home and raise their children how they want. You know, there's young people traveling. It's absolutely everything, and that's what I love about it. What it is, though, is lots of inspiring people who are taking their life back and actually trying to change things. So if that is you, even if it's only a little bit, like when I started, I was definitely not the person that I am now, but I was intrigued. Get your questions answered. That's all I can say, because, you know, I was like Stace. I didn't even get FOMO. I was like, nah, I'm not going near that thing. But it was seriously 18 months now, and I kick myself, because if I've managed to build a business as big as I have in 2 years, imagine if I had to put an extra 18 months on top of it. So definitely get them answered sooner rather than later. Jump on a call with one of us. You can hear a little bit more. It's absolutely never any pressure, because we're really only looking for the people that get it and want to change, because they're the people. We're not in it to convince anybody, but there's enough people out there who are so tired of life the way it is. So definitely get your questions answered. Come find any of us on Facebook. We'd love to have a chat. If you've got any questions, pop them up in the chat box. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everybody off mute. If you would like to pop yourself back on mute, the little button is in the left-hand corner. I really appreciate everybody's time. Thank you so much for those of you who jumped on to support Charlotte launching tonight. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all of our team who shared. So thanks, guys. Have a lovely night.